Hi friends, happy Monday. This is my first attempt at Instagram TV, so let's see how this goes. Clearly, I dressed up for the occasion. You know shit's rough when I'm rocking a baseball cap. So I wanted to do weekly postpartum updates to kind of, fill you in on where I'm at and kind of keep it real about how this period of time looks. I wanted to do it like on the weekly, week 3, week 4, etc. But that ship has sailed. So this is the week 3, 5-day update. And it gets real, right? So the first 2 weeks are this amazing, sleepy, euphoric period. And then your baby wakes up, the newness of it all starts to wear off. And if you're anything like me, you start getting nipple blisters. So that's fun. I had to pop one with a sterilized needle. And for the record, men are weak. My husband could not hang and had to leave the room. So what's been going on? The weekdays have been pretty hard because the weekends are great because my husband's here in the morning and over throughout the day. And my parents are great about coming and grabbing Tallulah and spending time with her, and friends are popping by. It is the weekdays that are a little challenging because I think I guess it's just like the knowing of what's going to happen throughout the day. Like knowing my husband's going to go to work, my daughter's going to go to school. We're fortunate enough to have help. But usually my nanny is like running around doing stuff. She's like sterilizing breast pump parts and like going to pick up Tallulah for school or running errands or something. So it's a lot of me, feeding for 40 minutes and then having time off for an hour and a half, which period of time is usually like clean my room, feed, shower, then I run back to feed, eat, then I feed. So it's like, I feel like the days are so long, but yet like somehow I get nothing done. Which is good that I'm writing a book about all this shit because it's also a really good refresher on that this whole period. So as I'm writing it, I'm like putting updates. I have this like wall of all of my chapters, and it's like for the breastfeeding chapter, it's like, oh, I completely forgot about how I'd like sitting over the sink, like self-expressing myself. And my husband walks by. At this point, he's just like, it's so normalized to him. And he's just like, okay, la-di-da-di-da. I'm like, I'm just fucking milking myself in our bathroom sink. Normal. So I'm like remembering all of that. I leaked through 2 dresses this weekend. We took some photos on Friday night, which I'm excited to share with you guys soon. And afterwards, like the baby was sleeping and my husband's like, well, let's do something crazy. Let's go get pizza, like out of the house. I was like, yes, let's do this. I put it up on my Insta stories. Like, it was super exciting. What my husband didn't let me put on the Insta stories is that by the time we left, I was wearing this green dress. I had 2 huge things and I had pads in and I had a bra on, but like it can't help itself. Especially because these things are just so big. Word to the wise, wait until after you're done having kids to get a boob job. But then Saturday we went to a birthday party and I was wearing him. Again, same story. Just started happening. I'm like, this is cool. And then I go to feed him and he has an explosion. So I have like shit on my dress, milk up here. It was amazing. So I was talking to a girlfriend because, my husband was like, somebody asked me like how you were doing. And I was like, well, if you asked me a week ago, I would have said she's doing great, but like it's starting to hit a little bit for you. And he was like, I think for you, Leslie, it's just about control issues. Like, I'm a controlling person, surprise, surprise, but you can't, babies are so trial and error and like they have their own agenda and it's like I'm completely at his whim. I was joking with my husband. I was writing something for the book and I'm like, is it is it too dark to make like a Handmaid's Tale reference that I was like, that I'm like of Roman right now? He was like, yeah, but that's that's a little twisted. But I told him, I'm like, my entire life right now is to be of service to this little human. So I'm of Roman. And yeah, he told me that was a little too much. So anyway, but yeah, no, it's just like, what happened? When was it? Thursday or Friday? Like the one period, like he's pretty good about like eating and maybe having like 10-15 minutes of wake time and then going back to bed. The one period I really needed him to just like kind of roll right back into his nap, he was wide awake. Wide awake, did not want to be put down, had bad gas, whatever. And it was like that one time that I really needed him to be chill because I had like 1,000 things to do around the house. And I was so frustrated. And my girlfriend Jenny texted me and she's like, hey, how are you holding up? And I'm like, I'm just nursing and crying. Nursing and crying, nursing and crying. She's like, so she immediately texts my husband and she's like, get her out of the house. Which we did. We went to go see Jurassic World last night, which was good. It was fine. Whatever. I love Chris Pratt. I want him, like, you know, he's husband number 2. But I needed to get out, which was a reminder, which is ironic because I was literally stuck in my house this week. And for some reason I had writer's block because I couldn't finish the chapter on reclaiming your self-identity post-baby. And obviously that's because I was so stuck in the weeds myself. Yeah, I couldn't see the forest for the trees. And as soon as I got out on Friday night, you know, we went out for pictures and then to dinner. And then on Saturday we went to like a birthday party and I took my daughter to soccer class, our camp. And then all of a sudden on Sunday I could write the whole thing, which was great. I needed to take some of my own medicine. But yeah, I think also too, this is like, he's 26 days old at this point. And I think one of the things that I'm struggling with is mom brain, obviously, because I can't finish the sentence without or like, but also the exhaustion is catching up, right? He's a good sleeper at night and he's not feeding a ton. Like it's not every hour, which is incredible. Maybe it's like twice a night, 3 times a night, which is great. And he goes right back to sleep, which is great. But it's the not having more than 3 hours consecutive sleep that's starting to kind of catch up with me. It's getting tiresome. Because you're just pulled out of that like deep like REM. So that's catching up to me. And then the fact that I feel so removed from pregnancy, like granted I was pregnant 3.5 weeks ago. I was, you know, full term with a ginormous 9-pound baby. But I feel so far removed from pregnancy now. And I can't for the life of me manage to put on any of like my my pregnancy jeans because they're the ones that fit. And obviously my normal clothes aren't fitting me yet. So that's sort of messing with my head a little bit because it feels so far and it also feels like it's summertime. People wearing shorts and tank tops. I'm not short and tank top ready at this point. I am baseball cap and yoga pant ready. I'm going through so much water. I am dehydrated whenever I'm breastfeeding. And I'm usually good, like throughout the day, I kind of sip on water, but as soon as he like attaches something, water. I think that's it. I'll probably check in with you guys in a couple days and do a 4-week kind of checkup early. But yeah, I feel like the 4th and 5th and 6th week were the roughest for me. And like around week 8 and 9, like things started to turn a corner. So, I feel like the next couple of weeks are going to get gnarly. So stay tuned. And the good news is that I'll be 4 weeks postpartum on Wednesday, and I'm halfway through to kind of the normal period, or when things start to get a little bit more normalized and a little easier. Okay, I think that's it.